This is a Utah civilian who saw a suspect run away from Officer Williams and decided to help him out just like this other bystander. This old age man saw a culprit assault a female police officer and jumped in to save her from the deadly attack. However, the heroics of this next man from Albuquerque stay unmatched.
Let's go. You still jump to your guy. Here. Protect him. Come on. Come on.
This is Garcia, who carried a bleeding police officer away from danger while completely disregarding his own safety. But for now, let's stay with Officer Williams, who got attacked by Emiliano Medina. Case 1. On the 24th of July, 2018, police were called to a Sam's Club for a welfare check on a man named Emiliano Medina. The 34-year-old was reportedly acting strange, irregularly walking around the area and asking random people for water. It seemed like he needed some help, but as soon as Officer Austin Williams walked up to him, Medina became aggressive.
246, I'll be out with them. We're going to be right by the pumps on the west side. How you doing, man? Hey, somebody called and said they were worried about you, said you were asking for water or something.
What?
Are you doing okay?
Save. What?
Sorry? Hey, don't touch, dude.
When the officer asked him about his health, he made a gun gesture with his hand and pointed it at his own head before attacking the officer. Officer Williams later said that Medina attempted to snatch his firearm, which is why he felt the need to detain him.
Come here. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Williams tried to arrest Medina, but he physically resisted and even punched the officer a few times in the head. The struggle between the two escalated, and Medina managed to throw the officer on the ground and run away. However, some nearby bystanders were witnessing this fight and decided to step in.
Thanks, guys.
One of the males outran and stopped Medina, while the other one grabbed him behind in a bear hug and slammed him onto the ground. At this point, Medina got immobilized, and Officer Williams was able to handcuff him and take him to the police station, where he was charged with a felony count of disarming a police officer and misdemeanor counts of interference with the arresting officer, failure to stop at the command of law enforcement, and possession or use of a controlled substance. According to the police report, Medina was also taken to a hospital because he exhibited signs of delirium, and when his blood was tested, the officer found out that he was intoxicated with meth. While this civilian is highly responsible, the next ones define what it means to be courageous. Case 2. On the 20th of February, 2017, police released a dashcam video of Michael Barber, who is riding a stolen motorcycle near Matthew Road in Michigan. Michigan State Trooper Gary Guild attempts to stop him in his car. Barber slows down and pretends to surrender before speeding up again.
He crashed.
Michael slows down on the right side and then quickly speeds up to get on the freeway, but accidentally crashes down. Trooper Gary tells him to get on the ground and stay down, but Michael ignores his commands and starts moving toward the vehicle. As the officer struggles to detain Michael, Michael's partner, Travis Wise, shows up in his car and runs over to attack Officer Gary. Both Travis and Michael ganged up on the trooper. Travis held him in position, while Michael was able to freely punch him left, right, and center. In this situation, Trooper Gary is simply outnumbered. However, just seconds later, two brave civilians notice the brawl, join in the fight, and push Michael away. The first man pushes Michael away and the second one holds off Travis. This gives enough space for Trooper Gary to collect himself and pull out his handcuffs. Both Michael and Travis were arrested at the scene, and after backup arrived, both were transported to jail. They face a number of charges, with strangulation carrying the most weight as it can land them up to 10 years in prison if found guilty. Later, the trooper talked to the two Samaritans, thanking them for neutralizing a deadly situation that could have been life-threatening for Trooper Gary. These two citizens possibly saved the life of a police officer. However, they are not the only ones to do this virtuous act. Case 3. On the 20th of May, 2021, Deputy Anthony Zimmerer with the Volusia County Sheriff's Office stopped a black Ford F-150 after the vehicle cut across all lanes of traffic and almost struck the deputy's car. When the officer stepped outside his car to confront the driver, he was shockingly already lying on the ground.
What are you doing? Who? Come here. Come here. Come here. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. What are you doing? Calm down. What's going on? No. Calm down. Calm down. Okay. What is it? What are you doing? You're crazy. You're going crazy here. Okay. We are. What is going on?
The driver, identified as 41-year-old Frank Padilla Velez, can be seen having trouble understanding the deputy's instructions. He was first lying on the ground, then raised his arms in the air, which indicates that he is cautious about getting arrested. But when the deputy stuck to questions only, Velez started overreacting for some reason.
Because you almost crashed into me. Hold on a second. Calm down. What's your name?
Fran Padilla.
Fran Padilla.
I'm gonna call my law.
No. You're gonna stay right here. Come back here a second. Come back here a sec. Hey. No, sir. Come back here, man. Come on. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back, buddy. Put your hands behind your back. Stop. Calm down.
Don't do that.
When the deputy tried to talk to him, Velez displayed erratic behavior and even tried to move away from the scene, which forced the deputy to put him in handcuffs. However, as the deputy tried to handcuff him, Velez hit him in the head with his elbow and kept struggling against the arrest. Just then, two bystanders jumped onto the scene to save Officer Zimmerer.
Hey, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Come on, put your hand behind your back. It'll be over soon. Put your hand behind your back. They're gonna me. Nobody's gonna you. They wanna get me. It ain't working, buddy. It ain't working. They wanna get me. Wow, they wanna get me. Calm down, we got one custody. You okay, sir? You bleeding? No, I'm fine. Okay. Oh, I am. You're bleeding? You good? Yeah.
By the time backup came to the scene, Velez had already been handcuffed and was penalized by the Samaritans. One of the citizens who aided the deputy sustained a bloody cut on his forehead, but seems to be fine with it. Meanwhile, Velez still tries to struggle out of the handcuffs.
Relax. Relax. Well, nobody hit you in your face. Relax. Sit up. That's you me, buddy. You hit me. You hit me. Sit on your butt. Get up and sit on your butt. Help me. Get up. Help me. Help me. Look it up on me. You okay? I don't need you, man. Taser deployment? Yeah. You okay? Help me. Where'd it go? That's right there. Here. Help me.
Velez is sat upright, and as soon as he gets up, he hopelessly starts shouting for help. According to later reports, he tried to bite Deputy Zimmerer's leg before he began shouting. The deputies even deploy a taser to calm him down, but it seemed to have no impact on the man. Velez was charged with resisting an officer with violence, battery on a law enforcement officer, driving with a suspended license, careless driving, and expired registration. Later, the county sheriff, Mike Chitwood, announced that the two men who stopped to help Deputy Zimmerer are going to be awarded citizens' rewards as recognition for their brave actions. If you think this suspect's behavior was odd, then you are not ready for David Kubek, who recklessly attacked a female police officer. Case 4. On the 10th of September, 2022, Officer Stacy Wright pulled over a vehicle for speeding on Lost Nation Road. The driver, a 64-year-old man named David Kubek, was going at 57 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone, and also was not wearing a seatbelt. However, when Officer Stacy flagged him down, she was not expecting the man to be this rebellious.
Hello. Officer, I will be placed on arrest. The reason why I'm stopping you is speed. 57 and a 35. You're going 57 and a 35, sir. You have your driver's license, proof of insurance. Why are you getting out of the car, sir?
I don't get my driver's license.
12 radio, this male just stepped out of the vehicle. Step over here now. Have a seat on the ground.
When Officer Stacy asks for the man's credentials, he gets out of the car without her permission and proceeds to double down on his odd behavior by saying that he is searching for his license. Moving around without permission on a traffic stop is a power move to dominate the other person. Officer Stacy knows this very well, and to establish control, she commands Kubek to sit on the curb, but she was not prepared to face this.
Have a seat.
I'm not sitting. I'm not sitting!
Back off. Back up.
I'm not sitting, mother.
Physical. Put your hands behind your back.
I'm not sitting.
I will tase you, sir. Touch the vehicle. Put your hands on the vehicle now!
A massive commotion erupts as Kubek yells at the officer, pushes her physically, and refuses to comply with her instructions. However, things are about to get even worse.
What the?
Radio, send me unit.
When Officer Stacy tries to force an arrest, Kubek retaliates and pushes her against his vehicle. A bystander notices this and comes to rescue the officer. He knocks down Kubek, but the old man keeps resisting and does not comply. Just moments later, 3 more civilians join in and hold him down.
Knock it off, man. Knock it off now. Get your arm behind you.
Put your arm behind your back. Get your cuffs. Get your cuffs. Get your cuffs.
Shut up. Shut up.
Soon, backup arrives and Kubek gets arrested. What could have been a regular speeding ticket for the 64-year-old quickly turns into a felony. Kubek was charged with assault on a police officer and resisting arrest. He was also cited for speeding and not wearing a seatbelt. All these observers realized the need of the situation and acted to assist the law enforcement officer. However, when it comes to displaying peak gallantry, no one is more selfless than Johnny Garcia, who risked his own life to save Officer Mario. Case 5. On the 19th of August, 2021, when Officer Mario Verbeck responded to a report of a robbery. When Officer Mario arrived at the scene, he met with the victim, who identified himself as Daniel.
Over here in front of my vehicle. Okay, you got us going around on the goose chase. Not bad. Hands out of your pocket, please. Do you have any identification to say who you say you are?
No, sir, I don't. But it's at home. I have my birth certificate at home and stuff.
All right. Let's find out some things first, okay? I'm Officer Burbank with Albuquerque Police Department. Apparently, you called us reference to some type of stolen merchandise, or it was my PlayStation, or something. I don't know what show. I don't know the story. I was at. That's why I'm gonna ask this. Okay. So, what's your name first? Daniel Paulo.
The officer asks him some routine questions before asking about the actual events of the robbery.
So, what happened? Where did this happen at?
So, at my house, I got dropped off. I was catching the bus up from Central, 301 Western Skies Drive, Southeast. And I was walking, and I see these 2 guys. And they asked me if I wanted drugs, and I was like, no, sir, I don't. And I was walking off, and they called me again, and then they walked up to me and pulled out a weapon.
When did they walk up to you?
At my house, just
Okay.
in
your house or
not at my house, just like on the
There's a
street.
difference.
Just at the street, by the
Okay.
street.
On the street.
So,
Okay. Where in the street? In front of where? You
so
gotta give me a
behind,
location.
I don't know, sir. That's what I'm saying. So behind this, the 7-Eleven, right there, close right there by the apartment.
So in the intersection there, up
Yes, sir. Just by
Central
the
and Western Sky.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Daniel explains how his PlayStation got robbed and then gives information regarding the robber's appearance.
So you know who these guys are?
No, sir. You know,
And how many of them were there?
2.
Can you describe it to me?
One was big, and he had a big shirt, a tannish pants, and then he had a beanie on. The other one, and I think he had a backpack on.
What type of shirt?
I do not
What
know.
color?
I think it was like white.
The suspects are said to be 2 males. One was big and had a hoodie and a beanie, while the other one was wearing a black coat. Allegedly, they stole his wallet, his debit card, and his PlayStation. Officer Mario kept asking questions for the next 25 minutes, when all of a sudden, he noticed the offenders were walking towards them. When the suspect saw the officers, they ran away, and Officer Mario had to link with Officer James Eichel to chase after them through an alleyway to the back of a tire shop. The suspects led the officers on a foot pursuit for some time before suddenly opening fire on them. Out of nowhere, a battle happened between the officers and the armed suspect. James Ramirez ended up with the officers. At this point, both officers sustained critical injuries and were bleeding heavily. Officer Mario crumbled into a nearby bush, while Officer Eichel ran for safety. However, a courageous Albuquerque resident, Johnny Garcia, witnessed the scene and without thinking, jumped to save Officer Mario's life.
Let's go. We still can't see the guy. Protect him. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. So we need fire to the 34. On summer, launch is all. Right here, right here, right here. Yo, yo, yo. We're in the parking lot of the Napa.
Just chill out. Right here, right here. Hey guys, hey, he's right here. He's right here. Oh shit, bro.
Johnny Garcia totally disregards his own safety, picks up Officer Mario, and carries him to other officers where he receives urgent medical care.
Hold on.
On the other hand, James Ramirez runs into the first responders and engages in a gunfire with the police.
Please hurry, this guy's hurt really bad.
Roll away from the.
What is the last place the subject was seen? Wasn't in the Puerto Rico?
He's behind Dutch Brothers. We need units over here.
Units over here.
We still can't see the.
See the gunner. Okay.
Do not move.
So we need fire to the 34. Summer and one to go west.
Ramirez gets shot by the officers and falls to the ground.
I'm not sure where the second offender is either.
Can anyone advise them on approach out? 504 Business Source Route, take 1 to go, northbound from Logan.
Get on your stomach. Roll him over.
The suspect got caught and was charged with on peace officers and robbery. On the other side, Officer Mario survives his wounds, and Johnny Garcia is honored with an award for saving the officer's life. Later, they both developed a close and lifelong bond with each other. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one.